नहीं ये ले इसको ले उधर
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Welcome, Didi, to the weekly session, and welcome everyone as well. And today's topic is about spiritual maturity in Brahmin life. And Didi is with us as always to share her so many years of experience on this topic. So Didi, before I start the questions, would you like to share something?
Yes, I have a lot to share. I had given a whole class on spiritual maturity. So, spiritual mature person is introverted, not interested in gossip or social chit chat, no wastage of time, thoughts, energy. Secondly, he'll be interested only in listening and speaking knowledge. Even if someone comes to talk about useless thing, the person will change the subject or say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Give some excuse to leave the chat. Never gets upset, irritated, or remind of the past mistake of anyone. Maintain spiritual drishti, remain humble, sweet, will give suggestion, correction, but sweetly and privately. Remain in self-respect and is royal, has good manners. He will be compassionate, friendly with everyone. Before speaking or answering someone, will think it clearly and weigh the situation. Hence, people will respect and value his advice. He will respect everyone, those who are equal, juniors, seniors, and will not laugh or talk in a light way which can hurt someone. If anybody has done a mistake, mature soul will not talk about his family matters or do anyone to anyone or talk about one person to others. He will make decisions after thinking advantage and disadvantage of doing anything. He will be all the time serious looking, but will entertain others. Being knowledgeful and follow Srimad accurately. Follow all maryadas, especially food. If anyone blames, he will not react or get angry. He is aware of being highest of Brahman clan. He doesn't blame or abuse anyone for their wrongdoing, but accommodate their weaknesses. He will have no conflict with anyone. Treat children with love, sweetness, explaining what is right, what is wrong, and will not be angry or shouting with kids. He is able to keep private news private, will not share with others. These are the main qualities of the mature person. Sapna, you can ask questions now.
Yes, Didi. Thank you, Didi. There are already so many deep points you have given. And I will ask some questions that we have prepared, but at the same time, all the brothers and sisters, if you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the chat box and we can take up those also at the end. So first thing is that how this topic came up, because 2 weeks ago when Baba's Murli mentioned about Mama, it was Avyakt Murli, original date 7th November 95, which we read on 20th of August 23. Baba had mentioned about spiritual maturity. The virtue of maturity enables you to move forward a great deal. And Baba also mentioned about Mama, that Mother Jagdamba remained very mature, even if she did less physical service than all of you. All of you are doing a lot of service, but the virtue of maturity enabled Jagdamba to accumulate in her account fully. She did not lose any of it. Many people do a lot, but they lose half or 3/4 of the benefit from it. So I would like to ask Didi that how to understand this, that not doing much, but then what are those qualities especially which Mama was demonstrating?
Mama was not doing physical service, but she did a lot service through words and mansa. Those who speak about what they have done, they lose some percentage. So Mama was mature and didn't talk about what service she is doing.
Okay, Didi, thank you. And so means actually this first question you have almost answered, that how to define spiritual maturity and what are the signs and characteristics. So I think I will go to the next question because you've already given this answer. So second question is how to keep a balance between being mature and being entertaining. Maturity and lightness at the same time. How can both exist at the same time? So how to keep that balance so that it doesn't become too serious?
Balance of being mature as well as entertaining. I'll give Brahma Baba's example that Dadi Prakashmani was sent in Bombay to serve. And Bombay service in the beginning was very slow because people in the city don't have so much time. And Dadi didn't create many new students in the beginning. So Brahma Baba, what she did is sent a dead fly in an envelope, posted it to Bombay, and told Dadi Prakashmani, you have been killing flies. So he was mature and still entertaining.
Yeah, so we can keep that lightness even while being mature. Yeah, thank you, Didi. And the next question is, what is the difference between, the practical difference, how to demonstrate maturity while with the Brahmin family, while we are with Brahmins, and what kind of maturity we should demonstrate while serving the new souls?
Today's Murli was very good to demonstrate the answer that we should not see evil, we should not listen evil, and we should not speak evil. So not to have parmat, manmat, follow Srimat only. Don't look at others' defects, pardarshan, and not to think about others. So this is the way we should behave with Brahmins. Now for new souls, because some of them may be little bit asking too many questions or repeatedly asking the same questions, then a spiritual mature person will not get angry or irritated, remain still sweet and loving, and have the attitude to bring benefit to that soul. You can ask next
Yeah,
question.
thank you. Thank you, Didi, for this. This is very important actually and very practical. And next, there is a question for a situation. Like if there is a situation where one Brahmin soul noticed the weakness of another Brahmin, which they feel is against Srimat or Maryadas. In this situation, what is maturity? Keeping the weakness with myself means not saying anything or just accommodating and not telling anyone and just ignoring. Or the second option could be mentioning about it to the senior instruments. Or third option could be directly talking to that Brahmin soul and trying to make him understand. So what would a spiritually mature person do in this situation practically?
A mature person will not ignore it or keep it to himself. But if he is friendly with that person, he will talk to him directly and suggest what is right, what is wrong. But if he thinks that the other person is too much egoistic and will not listen to him, then he should tell it to the senior instruments so that the senior instrument can give that person advice.
So means that is for sure that it should be resolved, not only ignoring that. Okay. So the next is, as a mature soul, we should not have any desire for name and fame. But if we are getting appreciation and fame without even asking for it, what should be our state of mind or our attitude towards that?
Our state of mind should be equanimous, not feeling inflated or proud. But thank Bab Dada for making you worthy of praise. So feel it is Bab Dada who is helping you and not you are doing it.
And related to this, somebody has written also that if it's not the desire of that person to receive name and fame, but he's getting, and there is a jealousy or that kind of things faced from other companions or other people around. So how to respond in that?
Main thing is, as I said, is neither be inflated with praise nor feel angry or animosity for those who are having jealousy and blaming or
Mm.
comparing.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you, Didi. So next is, Didi, we would also like to know from your experience, have you ever faced a situation where majority are opposing you or not accepting your point of view, but you know that you are right, and actually later on maybe it is proved also that you were right. So, but in that time, when majority is not with you, how would you respond in such a situation with maturity? Should you just go with the majority even if that seems not right, or how? What would be your attitude as a mature soul?
I will not follow majority if I feel they are not right, because ultimately, as you mentioned, they may realize what is right and what is wrong. Fortunately, I didn't have to face such situation ever. I had to face only minority, about 10 or 15 people,
Mm-hmm.
but I remained stable when they, in Australia, what happened after 5, 6 years of Gyan,
Mm-hmm.
they started thinking and telling, oh, you are molding us in Indian mold. Oh, this is all bhakti to offer bhog. Why should Australians wear white dress? Sisters should wear white sari or kurta pajama. Why should brother also wear white dress? So they should behave like Australian and not like Indian. Sisters were advised not to have hair cut, and they were having plait and all. So they started opposing all Indian system.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 year myself and Charlie had to listen to their complaint. And there were majority who were happy to follow Brahman system. We kept on listening to them, and ultimately when Dadi came, she said that you are adopting Brahman culture and not Indian culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Didi, actually, this was very much needed because sometimes for some kind of systems, there is this question coming up every now and then that this is Indian culture or Indian system. But I think this needs to be highlighted that this is Brahmin system, not Indian or any nationality. So this was very important, Didi. Thank you. And next question is, maturity also brings responsibility. We see some souls who don't want to take responsibilities, so they deliberately behave immature. What advice you would like to give to such souls for their progress? Because of course it's not good for their own progress also. And second, what should be our response as a spiritually mature soul?
We should encourage that soul to see his speciality and take responsibility. Show them their speciality. Because sometimes They don't know their speciality, and lovefully tell them, oh, come on, you can do it. Come on, be courageous, go ahead, etc.
Yeah, actually, but sometimes because if they really take the responsibility, as we say that the result of seva is more seva, result of responsibility is more responsibility. So some souls might be scared of taking too much on them. So how to balance that?
Tell them, yes, give them helper, and don't give too much responsibility that they feel burdened.
So the next question is from a new BK. She says, I'm a new BK and studying Murli regularly for 3 months now. I want to know how long it requires me to become spiritually mature and what kind of effort I should make so that I can reach that stage early and quickly. Any tips for fast efforts?
It depends on when you come to Gyan, how mature you are. If you are already mature before you come to Gyan, it wouldn't take a long time to become spiritually mature, because those souls are already sweet, good mannered. They don't take long time. Others have to make fast efforts because they have come last. Baba says, last so fast, so first. So they have to be very yogi, follow Srimad, and determination and attention.
And in this, I would like to ask one thing more, Didi. Like, even if sometimes we feel that we are listening to Murli every day and taking Srimad and trying to follow whatever Baba is saying in the Murli, so is it really important to verify my understanding with seniors that this is my understanding about Srimad? So is it right? Because everyone sometimes understands in their own way the same point of Dharma. So how much is the importance of checking with the Nimit like that?
It's good to check if you are not sure whether you are following Srimad or not, because uh, many times, like Baba says, I can tell you what will be your number. And during Dadi Janki and Dadi Prakash Mani's time, many souls would ask them, Dadi, what should I pay attention? Am I going all right or not? So Dadi would be advising yes or not.
I think this is how this Sunday class is helping all of us. So the next question is that when I see some good Purusharthi souls, I often compare with them. There are some souls who are very sincere in their efforts, yoga and study. I know this is immaturity to compare with someone as it leads to envy, jealousy sometimes, but I am not able to control these thoughts. Please advise.
It is good to appreciate the souls who are good effort makers, not have jealousy but appreciate, not getting impressed also. Uh, we have to pick up their virtues, but follow mother and father. Change the direction of your thoughts. Keep your mind busy in churning yarn or be spinning the cycle of 84 births. So if your mind is busy, it will not be comparison, doing comparison or feeling jealousy.
Thank you, Deep. And the next question is that I am a soul who just likes to be a child of God. And I feel sometimes that why do I need to become mature? Why can't I just enjoy being a baby of Baba? Because when we come to Baba in the beginning, we feel like that kind of nourishment. So I just want to be like a baby of Baba. Maybe my role is not to take any role of responsibility. Can I still make a good progress and attain a high status? At least I'm not giving sorrow to anyone, and I have attention that my actions are as per the codes of conduct, but I just want to be like a baby.
If you don't want to take responsibility here, Baba will not give you responsibility in golden age. You may come in golden age because if you are following all maryadas and especially complete purity, but no chance of getting any status in golden age. And if you are not able to conquer all the vices before you die, you will come in silver age.
So there is no chance of that status. Okay, Didi. So that was very clear. Next question is, Didi, as per your observation and experience about all of us, because you know all of us, almost all of us. So what do you think? What is the percentage of mature souls among us? I mean, how many of us do you think we call like mature ones? How many you feel making effort in a right direction with realization? Or you feel that there is still a long way to go?
It's all number wise in efforts. And I would say only 16,108 souls will reach that stage of perfection, and they will be sovereign in golden age and silver age. Rest will be royal subjects or subjects, servants, etc. Everybody is making effort, no doubt, but the intensity is number wise. Sometimes some people become a bit careless, lazy, and say, oh, after all, I'm Baba's child. Baba says you can be karma yogi, so don't get up at Amrit Vela or like that.
Yeah, at least we keep our intensity of our efforts constant, at least. So next thing, Didi, we would also like to hear some examples from the life of Dadis or your personal life about how they handled the difficult situations with maturity, but still keeping the atmosphere light. Means sometimes you had to give direction about some corrections also, but still keeping the atmosphere light. So any practical example, any story?
I'll talk about Dadi Prakashmani because once it happened in a teachers' meeting in meditation hall of Pandav Bhavan. Those days, the meetings were less than 200 souls who could be accommodated in meditation halls. So in that teachers' meeting, one senior brother insulted Dadi, saying, Dadi, what do you know about world? You are not in a real world. You are in a Brahman world. And you are not educated. So Dadi kept quiet. And she still maintained very good relationship with that brother. So that was, I would say, a good example how mature Dadi was. And as I mentioned, Australian group who was anti-Brahman culture, we kept light, listening to them twice a month for 1 year. And we maintained good relationship, and Charlie keeps them ringing also once a year and keeping good connection.
So are they still there? Are they still there?
They left Gyan.
Yeah.
Those who were anti-Brahman culture left Gyan, almost left Gyan. They were Centervasi. Left
Yeah.
Gyan, only one is back.
There are, Didi, some more questions in the chat box. I will take
Yeah.
one is, I think not very much according to topic, but I will still read for you. First is, dear Didi, who will be the mothers of the first 16,108 deities? Will some mothers giving deities birth be from the advanced party in the remote Himalayas and some pure Kanyas, BK sisters in Madhuban?
Baba hasn't clarified that point. But one thing is sure, that first Prince Krishna will be born of the advanced party.
Okay, Didi. And one more question is, what is the difference between Maya and Ravan? Why does Baba sometimes says Maya and sometimes Ravan in different context?
It's not different. Maya and Ravan are the same. Maya is a female form and Ravan is a male form.
That was interesting. So the next question is, one of the method for us to become free from obstacles is to invoke the power of silence in us and also in others, as this will avoid many unnecessary words of waste. Is traffic control is the basis for us to practice this right from Amrit Vela until night before sleep?
Traffic control is good, but Amrit Vela is very essential. And that will give us a lot of power. And having karma yoga, because not many may have time, but at least they can have karma yoga, they can have evening yoga, yoga before sleep, 5-10 minutes, and they can be following traffic
And
control.
as you said, Didi, before, yeah, and already you mentioned about that during the day also, like in today's Murli Papa mentioned, paying attention on our words and thoughts and everything. So next is, Didi, will praising a soul for a speciality or a virtue all the time creates carelessness in our attitude, resulting in us creating an impression that eventually becomes an attraction towards that soul, bringing us away from Baba? Is that so, that we keep appreciating one person over and over again?
Appreciating is good, but it will not create any problem with relationship with Baba. But if we are attracted or impressed, that's impurity in us. So that's what we have to remember, that that soul is gifted by Baba. So keep Baba in between you and that soul, and that will not create any karma or attraction.
So that is the key, keep Baba in between. So next is, on one side, considering health circumstances and deficiency, doctors strongly advise to have at least some proteins in diet rather than just veggies and carbohydrates. I know I don't want to take tablets and injections. I am in dilemma which way to go.
We have proteins and lentils, all types of dals, and also in tofu and in paneer. So, and also in chickpeas, roasted chickpeas, chana we call in Hindi. So there are proteins in many vegetarian meals. So we have to pay attention that we are having them.
And thank you, Didi. So we have so many options in vegetarian. And next question is, what can we do if there are some centervasis who are not matured sometimes when they give some instructions or when sharing knowledge to new souls?
Will you repeat the question?
Yeah, what can we do if there are some centervasis, means they are centervasis but they are not matured enough while giving instructions or sharing knowledge with new souls?
You don't worry about that new souls sharing, but their instruction to you, if you feel that's not right, then verify with senior soul, instrument teacher or RC or NC, verify with them.
I think maybe this question is from the center coordinator about the centervasis, that how to handle them if they are not dealing with students with maturity.
Then they should sweetly advise how they should treat students or new souls whilst giving course. For senior instrument, it is easy to advise.
Yeah. So next is having a pure feeling of strong connection with someone from some past life, but no feeling of physical attraction presently. What does this mean? Are past birth feelings true? Like we see someone and we have the feeling that I have some past life relation with this person, with this soul.
Forget about it. Don't entertain that feeling, because even if that is naturally, those who are coming in contact with each other, there is some karmic account. That's why we are together. But don't entertain that feelings of love or attraction or wanting to be with that person or something.
So next is Baba is called the intellect of the wise. Can Didi explain the deeper meaning behind this Baba's title, intellect of the wise?
Because wise people, wisdom is given by Baba, and wisdom is exerted in a practical life through intellect. So, wisdom and intellect and Baba have quite deep connection.
Yeah. Then there is a question that Baba says to move away from all the weaknesses, adopt an attitude of unlimited disinterest. Can Didi explain how to practice this practically in my day-to-day activities in this old world?
Will you
Move
please
away,
repeat?
move away
Move
from all weaknesses and adopt an attitude of unlimited disinterest.
naturally. We have to overcome weaknesses by empowering us through meditation. And in order to have deep remembrance, we need to have this interest in the old world. Because some people are interested in motorbikes or four-wheeler car, or some are interested in colored television or surfing or swimming or uh, listening to music and all, and not be in Baba's remembrance at that time. So naturally, we will not be empowered.
But is it okay to sometime watch some videos just for entertainment?
Videos not. If it is Baba's video or YouTube class, then it's fine.
Just entertainment, not Baba's video.
Entertainment should be just Baba's remembrance and Gyan.
There is a question, I think the souls who are very new in Gyan and just few years. So they have a question that how long time is left to make effort, Didi? Because we are already late.
I'm sorry, I don't know when will be destruction. Baba hasn't told us when will be destruction. Baba only tells us that you have to be ever ready. Any time destruction can happen. And as you know now, so many natural calamities. Russia and Ukraine are already fighting, and you never know whether that war will end or whether it can be international war. So we have to be ever ready, because I don't know when I will die, whether destruction will happen or not. But people 20, 25 years have heart attack. So you never know when will you die. So you have to be ready.
Yes, Didi.
Now or never.
Suddenly and ever ready, Baba has always said. Yeah. And the next question is, can Didi explain the stage of being beyond? How is this stage different from being detached and from the incorporeal stage? So one is being beyond, then second is being detached, and then incorporeal stage.
Being detached is from body, body relations, and possessions. Because when it comes to mind, it means there is attachment. Being beyond means we are here in this world, but as soon as we are free from our duty, physical duty, go to subtle region, go beyond. And third is
Incorporeal stage.
incorporeal stage is just being a dot, remembering dot. So we are not thinking of our own body, anybody, material world, be in Paramdham.
And the next question is that if I don't get along or directly connected with Baba's appointed instruments, how does this affect my status in the golden age?
It will affect a lot because it means that you are not respecting Baba. Not only Baba's instrument, but Baba, because Baba has appointed that instrument. So I don't know, because many times people live young because they don't get along with instrument, or they are upset with the instrument. They live gyan. They say, okay, I will read Murli at home. So in the beginning, they may read early in the morning. Then they become lazy. Then they'll say, I'll read in the lunchtime or in the evening. And then gradually they go away from Gyan and Baba.
Yeah. Because everything actually Baba is deciding. So next question, Didi. Continuing to highlight extreme weather conditions in spiritual conversations, where to draw the line when it comes to spiritual maturity? I'm not very sure what is the question, but it's like, because we are talking about weather conditions and natural calamities. So where to draw the line when it comes to spiritual maturity means not talking too much about the nature or the world situations. This is what you mean?
I think it is normal to talk about weather or worldly situation, etc. So it doesn't take us away from spiritual maturity, because worldly people need some worldly example, and they will be more accepting if we are talking about these things. So it depends on how much time we spend on that. Mature people will not spend too much time on weather or natural calamities.
Yes, Didi. Next question is that what will be someone's status if one is going against or talk or give directions different from the directions of Baba's main instruments? And how do we protect ourselves from being influenced by those? Means if someone is giving those kind of directions which is not matching with Baba's main instruments, maybe they are also old in Gyan and they are trying to influence in their own way. So how to protect themselves?
I think it can be Manmat or Parmat. We have to see that we are following Srimad. If they don't agree with instrument, they should discuss with main instrument or some other instrument who are mature enough, because as I said it, gradually you go away from teacher to Murli to Baba.
So Didi, next question is, many times I feel communication with Baba at Amrit Vela gets answered at Murli. Following them has always felt right. But are these in real God's signal or my fantasy? Is it really Baba replying my questions? How do I know that it is my own thoughts, my fantasy?
But if it is answered in Baba's Murli, it means it's not your fantasy. It's a Baba touching your intellect in the Amrit Vela.
There is a question which was like before we're talking that about the instruments. So there is a question, can we change the instrument? What is the process?
Yeah, you can go to different center, no problem. If you are not happy with instrument, go to another center. But there will be some instrument.
But usually it is seen, Didi, that if somebody, they have the nature of complaining, they will find reason to complain at other places as well.
Possible.
Last, I think we can take. Sometimes it happens that a relationship with someone gets bad without us knowing a reason. We see the other soul start behaving abnormally. Talking to Baba and surrendering that situation to Baba at Amrit Vela fixes that issue. But I would like to know what causes that soul suddenly stop talking to us and start maintaining a distance, because we want to know the reason, because apparently nothing happened.
So you should go and ask that person what's wrong. Because if you go and sweetly ask, they will come up with the answer why they are like that. So you should not feel shy to approach that person.
Yeah, because communication is important, right? So that's it, Didi.
That's good. It is time to have meditation
Yeah, so
and
Didi,
say
you will
goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Didi. Thank you so much for all the very important questions are answered today. Thank you so much. And Didi, you will give Drishti for a few minutes.
Sure.
ओ स्नेह सागर तेरे स्नेह में हम नैनों को अपने भिगोए हुए, सांसों की तारों में ओ बाबा तेरी यादों के मोती पिरोए हुए, ओ स्नेह सागर। ये महसूस होता यही पास में हो, हमें देख करके मुस्का रहे हो, सदा साथ में हो बच्चों तुम्हारे, यही बात अब भी तो दोहरा रहे हो, यही बात अब भी तो दोहरा रहे हो, एहसास के इस समंदर में हम तो जैसे कि मन को डुबोए हुए।
Om Shanti and goodbye, everybody.